Welcome to another Field of Glory 2 Digital League Season 8 battle. This is Biblical Division A. I have the Hebrews with the Phoenician allies versus Yanya's Kushite Egyptians. Yanya is one of the maybe 5 players who I rarely or never beat. So, this ought to be interesting. Let's look at Yanya's force first. Kushite Egyptians are a dynasty to the south of Egypt itself, I believe. So, heavy bow chariots, or pretty cheap Nubian cavalry, some armor above average, or ridiculously cheap bargain bin early cavalry, 20 points. It's a great buy. Anything's a great buy for 20 points, really. For melee, he has irregulars or ridiculously cheap raw irregulars. And the rest is archers, up to 12 units of light infantry and 20-something massed archers. So, what have we got for terrain? Well, this will be infantry country, and this is potentially cavalry country. I think due to the nature of the terrain, we'll for once want to go all out with our chariots. It's not something I normally do because they're so pricey, but okay. Next up, melee infantry. I think the cheap Phoenician foot should be fine. They're more than capable of dealing with any of the infantry we're going to run into. And we'll fill out the line with just Hebrew foot. Right. Do I want cavalry? I think I will probably need some, although the cavalry I bring is not that good. Final question, do I want to simply grab even more infantry or grab a massive lights to screen my army? And as usual, I think I do need a good screen. Mostly these guys will get pincushioned by arrows for a while. Do I want more or more foot? I'm going to be outnumbered no matter what. I'm not overly concerned with his masked archers because they cannot evade, but his lights are more concerning. I mean, this is the ultimate trash horde army. We'll grab the light archers. And replace our Phoenician foot with more maneuverable Hebrew foot. Well, actually, what if we instead it's a 30-point gap to get the Gibborim. Phoenician Spearman? I don't know. Yeah, that'll do. Then we can drop one more unit of Hebrew foot to grab some spearmen. I'm not satisfied with that, but pretty much never satisfied at the start of deployment, so that's okay. Basically, our strategy is going to be a head-on charge. Our skirmishers are just there to absorb arrows. Our cavalry to engage his cavalry, and our chariots are just going to hurl themselves forward as rapidly as possible. Oh, that's all one command. Where are all of our commanders? 1, 2. Oh, I see. Subgeneral. Something like that. Whatever. Good enough. We'll see how Yan Yao deploys. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Oh. Lots of heavy chariots. Probably a good idea. Lots of cavalry. Right then, I think our strategy is going to be an unsubtle rush straight forward into brute collision. And it looks like Yan Yao's determined on much the same tactics, so there'll be some capacity for subtle action on this flank. Some. Not very much, though. Alright, let's take a closer look at what he's brought to the field. His infantry is terrible and cheap. Cavalry I'll have trouble catching. And so my goal early on is going to be for the lights to screen my line as it moves into contact, and then make melee contact as much as possible. With that, my lights will fall back behind the main line and will shift to the flanks, where they will attempt to shoot up this cavalry as it tries to work around my flanks. That's basically it. Not a lot of maneuvering going to happen here. Next turn. Oh, he halts. Okay, that'll give me time to dress my lines and get my cavalry straightened out. I think we might actually want to push a bit on this end, get into this broken ground to face off against the cavalry. Right, so I think I'll attempt to push a bit on each wing at the same time before closing the center, but it's not going to be subtle. It's going to be pretty straightforward affair. Next turn. Who's in here again? White Jazz. The cover modifier in the forest saved them from a test. Right, so the question is, do we hold our main line back to take the first volley, or do we hurl them forward now? So we do have stronger flanks by a little bit. It might make sense to hold back. But on the other hand, it looks like with the use of all this cavalry, he's going to be able to delay me pretty effectively. So I think I just charge and see what happens. If we can just decrease the amount of arrows we face, that would be enough. Well, maybe not enough, but it would help. Overall, that did not go as well as I hoped. Risking disruptions on my chariots, but I would also like to get them to contact as rapidly as possible. Okay, a little sloppy, a little guileless, but we'll see how it pans out. At least it's it's nice to have a battle like this sometimes where you don't waste 20 turns trying to like outflank the enemy by one unit or get another unit of light horse behind them. Okay, is this a turn where the bad things happen? Well, that's not ideal. Also not ideal. That I don't really care about. Yep, this is a turn that the bad things happened. Did I mention already that Yanya was on the list of people that I don't win against? Well, if I haven't mentioned it, here it is. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Alright, I wonder how long it's going to take these chariots to come back into the fight. But that's okay. Do we rally and do we general up and fall back? I don't know. Let's see where this takes us. Absolutely nowhere. How about that? Start, I suppose. Uh-huh. Well, push them. Good, they're locked in. Charge. Push them as well. Almost. Okay. Well, this could be going worse, I suppose. Not sure if I can really think of an obvious way how, but it's comforting words. In we go. Held firm. What a shame. Push then. And then all of our scattered, disrupted light units. What do we do with you? Oh, right. Do I want to try to push this chariot unit? Or do I want to just crash into these archers? Don't break. Thank you. Crash into said archers. Frag. Push. This is very bad. If I held, I could then get a flank attack. I don't think it's worth it, though. This is very much worth it. We can force some movement, maybe, if we keep that up. Get more skirmishers to that wing. And you're the last. Okay, what do we do with you? This way, I suppose. How is this going? Very bad for my skirmishers. Little progress to be found here. I think it'll ultimately depend on when I'm forced to do some reckless frontal charges of infantry against heavy chariots, whether my cohesion holds. Onward. Okay, next turn. That was almost disastrous. Okay. Let's start to push. Very good. This is not going half badly. Probably a terrible idea. It's tempting. Think about it. I'll start shifting these disrupted skirmishers over to the right flank, because that situation's getting a little bit out of hand. Good. If we can just push these units off for a while, then I'll be satisfied. Interesting. Probably hurt him more than it hurt me. We'll keep this unit in place so it blocks both of these chariots. Right, this whole situation. Do we stand? No. How bad? Not bad at all. They'll probably just fall back, but could be worse. Held the line, they didn't break through. I'll take it. Fall back into the rough in case the cavalry pushes at the same time as this raw irregular foot. We can push forward again soon. Did they evade already? Yes. Did they evade already? I think they did, actually. Even better. Right, how are we looking? These chariots are doomed. We should be able to take out these massed archers, and we should be able to do some real damage here. This right side is a bit messy. Probably the worst part of the field is the left, but even that's not bad. So we're off to a good start against a player that I usually lose to. Let's see if that continues. Next turn. That's too bad. Also too bad. Very nice. Okay, we're up 20. Let's see if we can widen that lead. Break them and test. Good, and it blocks these cavalry in for 1 round of melee at least. Not that it mattered. Take a risk. Oh, we cannot take that risk because we're getting zone of control locked. Fair enough. Lock them in. And indeed, I like that very much. Do we even need a general on you? I don't think so. Shove them off. I was hoping they'd end up in charge range. No matter. General up on there. Break them. Zone them out. And riddle them with arrows. Better. Do we hold? Probably not. It's gonna get a bit messy. Shouldn't be awful though. Shove them off. Okay. That is quite awkward. What do you do then? I really wish we could get at them. Maybe we can, actually. Risk it. Kind of too bad, but it's okay. Damn. Alright, fine. Can only hope that these units being raw don't rally anytime soon. We need to get more infantry over here somehow. It's going to take a while. It's the downside of these Phoenician foot being so maneuverable. Zone them. Alright. This is going well, but we're going to lose a few more units before it's over. And next turn. I suspect some of his men are going to rally up at some point. There we go. Ouch. Oh, that's a problem. But first, do I weaken them more or just charge? Just charge. Held firm, okay. Lock them in. I would like to move these chariots. Oh. Zone of control stopping us. Do I want to shoot them or just try to find a way to get the chariots down this way? I suppose we can just shoot them, that's fine. Yeah, our center is going to get opened up a little bit. Break them. Good. Now we can turn to base and zone of control lock. Could push these chariots to hit this unit in the rear, but I think I would honestly rather just get them towards the center of the battle instead. Okay. Lovely. Shove them off. Very good. Right, we've locked these horsemen in, so we'll charge. And then hopefully charge into the flank. No. Okay. Wonderful. This could be bad. Not quite yet. Okay, this is still going well. We're still about to suffer more breaks. I really want to reach these juicy fragmented units, but it's just not happening. But we should still have this in hand. Next turn. Yeah, I kind of expected that to happen at some point. Unfortunate, not surprising. Oof. Oh, good. Can at least get the disrupt off. Oh, that could get awkward, I suppose. Yes, we agree. Okay. Can we? No, we're not close enough. Very good. Above average quality. Get the disrupt and see if that takes us anywhere. No. It's going well, but an actual win is proving elusive here. Shove them off. Good. Let's see if we might not auto-break them, get them out of the way. No such luck. There. Kind of a waste of arrows, but good enough. Unfortunately, we're going to have to fight a little longer for the 25. Do this. Hopefully we hold firm. Right. Onward. Okay, next turn. Of course. Of course. Alright, this is going to take longer than I thought. One rally on the non-lights. Useful one, too. Held firm. Chase them off. Oh, we cannot chase them off. Withdraw then. Luck has not been with us this turn. That should help a bit. Good. Cover their flank. And we can try to pick apart these horsemen. Although we are at low ammo. Okay, let's see here. Ouch. Lucky. There's our 25 if he doesn't get rallies. That could be dangerous. We'll stand. Alright, let's see if that does the trick. Alright, our final turn. Right, Yanya really did manage to prolong this quite a bit longer than I thought it was going to go. So, what happened? I think a pretty strong pattern of army type is showing up in this biblical season. I seem to be doing very well against armies that consist of hordes of archers, which he basically had to field for his army, and I tend to do not as well against armies with lots of hoplites. I did get one victory, but it was extremely close. And otherwise, I've been kind of getting steamrolled by hoplite armies. So I think his main problem here was that we had a pretty similar number of heavy chariots, which I could charge his chariots with my chariots, and after that, all he had to hold back my infantry from his massed archers were horrible, raw, irregular foot, which, you know, Phoenician foot looked like elites next to that. And I think that was basically it. Our skirmishers mostly canceled each other out, although I got some good use out of mine against his chariots. But mainly it was simply the fact that massed archers are poorly suited for fighting even, you know, pretty mediocre melee foot of this sort. Yeah, it wasn't subtle. We just kind of slammed into each other in the middle of the battlefield, so that is what it is. I am happy to have won against Yanyo. He's one of those players that I almost never win against, and even though it was a clear case of army composition working against him, I'll take it. So, a good game, as always, to Yanyo, and until next time.